Hi guys, I am back from my Dubai cruise slash vacation, and I thought I would do an honest review of MSC. I have been on 27 cruises and this was my first time with MSC, so I'm going to give you my opinion. If you don't agree with my opinion, that's absolutely fine. We all have different opinions on different cruise lines, hotel chains, airlines, and those are fine. But this is my experience on MSC Euriba, and that is just what it is. We'll start with the price. I booked a balcony cabin for one person. I think I paid $2,200 for that, and I was okay with that. I mean, I know when I travel by myself, it's going to be more expensive to be in my own cabin. The difference between an inside and a balcony was only $400, so that's a real plus for MSC, and I was happy to pay that. So the price for the cruise was fine. I wish it would have been more expensive and a better cruise, but what I paid for the price, I was okay with. So let's start with booking. I booked through a cruise agent. My friend actually booked for me. She has a cruise agent that she uses, and this girl has a way of getting crazy cabin credits. So like we had a $450 cabin credit, 450 euros, pardon me, which was great. Didn't use it all and was able to go to the casino and cash it out. So I actually came home with like a couple hundred euros. So really that brought the price of the cruise down even more. The only thing I really used my cabin credit for was to eat in the specialty restaurants because we had a beverage and an internet package in that. So let's just start with my Dubai vacation. We spent 5 days in Dubai before the cruise. I'll do a review maybe on Dubai, maybe I won't get around to it, but loved Dubai. Can't wait to go back. It's a place that I could visit again and again and again. I mean, when I say I love Dubai, I have no words for how much I love Dubai. So that was fine. So day came to go on the cruise. I got up early that morning. I went for a 3-mile walk around Dubai Marina, stopped at Starbucks, got my coffee, went back to the condo and finished packing up, and we made our way to the ship. We just called a taxi or an Uber, and it was about a 20-minute ride from the Dubai Marina to Port Rashid, where the beautiful MSC Euriba was waiting for us. So we get to the port, they take our luggage. It was seamless. Embarcation, 10 out of 10. We literally pulled up to the port and we're literally going up to our cabins probably within 15 to 20 minutes. I have never had such an easy embarkation ever. It was so organized and so seamless and so wonderful. So up to my room I went to drop off my stuff, and holy cow, my room was fine. It was very nice, very clean, well equipped. Everything, even had a little hot water kettle so you could make like chamomile tea at night. It was great. Had a little refrigerator in it, nice balcony, non-obstructed view. The bathroom was plentiful. The bed was comfortable. Storage was great. Cabin, 10 out of 10. Loved it. So then we made our way to have some lunch at the buffet. And that first day buffet was just fine. I had some salad, although I thought the salad bar was very lacking, but big deal, it's embarkation day. And then I had that famous MSC pizza. Now, I hardly ever eat pizza unless it's really good, and let me tell you, that pizza was really good. But that was it. After that meal, there was not another meal on that ship that I can say I even remotely enjoyed or even remotely could eat. And I'm not that picky. Heavens knows, like I said, I have been on 27 cruises. I have never been served garbage like I was served on this ship. It was unbelievable. So food, 1 out of 10, probably 0 out of 10. To the point where even our servers were telling us that the quality of meat was so poor recently that everybody was just sending their food back, and then you'd get something else and it would come out and it would be horrible and cold. I did not have hot food the whole trip, ever, and not even warm. When I say cold, I mean cold. The only reprieve food-wise was Ola Tacos. I think we ate there 4 times, and it was off the charts. So Ola Tacos, 10 out of 10. We had lunch there once, and we had dinner there 3 times, and it was always amazing, and we loved it. But the dining room food and the buffet food was horrible, except for the pizza. But you can't eat pizza every day. They didn't even have good salad bar. The bread was good. I would eat bread and cheese a lot. And one day I did have a decent burger. But come on, the dining room was a joke. I mean, unbelievably, just absolutely terrible. And they're so busy trying to upsell lobster tails and T-bone steaks and stuff. You think I'm gonna buy a T-bone steak and pay extra money when you can't even make a piece of salmon? So the food was horrible, you guys. We went to Teppanyaki one night. I'd give that a 5 out of 10. There was really no flavor, but at least it was warm. But certainly not as good as teppanyaki on other ships I've been on, like Norwegian. So yeah, food, I will give it a 1 out of 10. With the exception of Ola Tacos, 10 out of 10. Teppanyaki, 5 out of 10. We tried to go to the steakhouse, but we could not get a reservation. That was our fault. So I'm sure it was fine. Let's talk about the amenities on the ship. I did purchase for $118 the thermal spa pass for the whole week. I used it every day, felt I got my money's worth. It was kept very clean. They had nice lemon water in there, and I would give that space an 8 out of 10. The pools could have been hotter. But the steam rooms were great. The shower things were great, and I really did enjoy that and used it every day. The pool, I don't know, guys. If I could have ever gotten a chair or gotten near a swimming pool by 10 o'clock in the morning, it might have been nice. But our day at sea was so ridiculous that I actually was really glad I had a balcony, because I just went and sat and read on my balcony. And then when I cooled off, I just went in my shower, and that worked. I did spend a day at the pool when people were, I stayed on the ship one day, and I had a lovely day that day. The ship was almost deserted, and I had some drinks, and I had a fun burger out by the pool, and that day was fine. So I'll give the pool a 4 out of 10. And when I say people put like a suntan lotion on a chair and they wouldn't be there for the whole day. I've seen chair hogs. I go to lots of resorts. I go to lots of cruises. I know what the chair hogs are like, but this was at a different level. So you have a cruise ship that is probably meant to, okay, I'm going to put it in perspective. I am going on a Norwegian cruise in September. My ship that I'm going on in September is a Norwegian Viva. It is 42,000 tons, and there is 3,100 passengers on board, okay? The MSC Euriba that I was on was 45,000 tons. We had a totally full ship, and it was 6,100 people. That ship is so overcrowded, and I found out why. Because what they do is they advertise these cruises for MSC, and they allow children to go free. So mom and dad will buy an inside cabin and bring like 3 kids along. So you've got like 4 and 5 people to every cabin. So of course it's overcrowded. Overcrowded with kids. The smoking was also horrible on this ship. I understand there were a lot of Europeans, a lot of Russians on this cruise, but the smoking was bad. And my neighbors would smoke on the balcony. I did report them. It went away for a day or 2, and then they were back to smoking on the balcony. And that was another problem I had with this cruise, the noise. I've never been in a cabin where I can actually hear the people next door talking, and then they had a 2-year-old with them. And this 2-year-old was really loud, and they were really loud Italians and slamming things at 1 in the morning. It was just like, yeah. So the smoke sucked. What are some other amenities that were on the cruise? My friends went bowling. They said that was really fun. The parties were all just so crowded. It's just not my jam, but that's okay. I wasn't there for that anyway. But so I would give the amenities like a 4 out of 10. I would give the comfort of the ship with all the smoke and everything like that a 2 out of 10. So overall, I found this cruise ship to have the best embarkation I've ever had on one of the most beautiful ships that I've ever sailed on. When I say beautiful, this ship was gorgeous. So beautiful. With the worst food I've ever had. And I've sailed Royal, Carnival, Norwegian, Princess, Celebrity, and Costa before. And I've never been served garbage like this in my life. And it was garbage, you guys. The worst food I've ever had, probably the smokiest ship I've ever been on, with the worst crowding at the small pools. But overall, if those things don't scare you and you don't mind big crowds and stuff, it is a very inexpensive vacation. So that's my MSC Euriba cruise review, and I'll be happy to answer any respectable questions that you put in the comments. However, please don't bash my review, because it is my review and it is my opinion and it is my experience, and you're welcome to go online and do a review with what you thought of your MSC Euriba cruise. So that's all I got for you on the MSC Euriba and MSC cruise lines. I can honestly say I will not go on MSC again. The ships are just too crowded for me, but I am looking forward to my Norwegian Viva Egypt, Greek Islands cruise in September. So peace out, everybody, and happy cruising.